Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy. I am glad that you joined me today. This is my first tutorial, so please be kind, please be patient. This is how I make my fluffy washi, and I need to give a shout out to Julie at DearJulieJulie. You can look her up on YouTube and I will link her below. She has pushed me in my creativity the past month and a half by issuing challenges, and I've taken part in them, and I have done things that I'm not sure I would have come up with on my own, or at least not as soon as I did if I would have. So one of the challenges this month was to make homemade washi, and there are different ways to do that. I'm going to share one that I really enjoy doing because it is my fluffy washi. And I kind of like fluffy, and I kind of like frills and all of that fluff and stuff. The things you will need are a napkin. This napkin has already been separated to a single layer. The napkin should preferably have an all-over design. If you use something with a large design, much of that is going to be lost, because of the width of the washi will not carry over large parts of the design. Now, if that's what you want, go for it. We need to have double-sided tape. I got this at the $1 and $2 spot in Joann's. You'll need a water brush, or you can use a paintbrush and a little dish of water. That's fine. I love this. I use this a lot. You'll need a pair of scissors. You don't necessarily need tweezers, but I have trouble separating edges, partly because of my fingers, partly because of my manicure, and I'm not willing to do without either one. So I love these. These are my favorite tweezers. I got them on Amazon. I will try to link that if I can find my order. And you will also need a brayer or a bone folder or really firm pressure with your fingers. And you'll find out why later. So let's get started. Move these things to the side. I have chosen this napkin. It actually turns out that I can get lots of different kinds and looks of washi on this because of the stripes on the edge, and then I've got a center stripe here, and then I have the quadrifoils here. And you can go any direction with that, which is going to change the look of your washi. Today I am going to make some stripes and some of the quadrifoils. Now I have this double-sided tape also in 1/2 inch and in 1/4 inch and in 1/8 inch, but 1/2 inch is what I needed today, so that is what I'm going to use. You will simply roll this out. Now, if you're starting at a clean edge and you want that fluffy edge, you'll want to move in just a bit so that you can create that fluffy edge later. This does not tear, so you will need to cut it with scissors, and I believe I'm stuck to myself. So we shall take care of that in a moment. There we go. And you can make one strip. If one strip is all you want, I suggest that while you are in this, just go ahead and go for it. Make several strips. You can vary the width between the strips of double-sided tape as well, because that will give you different fluffs, shall we say. I like to fill up the whole page, the whole napkin. It is kind of like a page, so that I can have several strips of washi to use. I'm just going to stick with 3 right now for our tutorial. And this is where you need to smooth and smooth to make sure that that double stick tape is adhered firmly to the napkin. This is my granddaughter's, one of my granddaughters. Let's see, I have several granddaughters. So one of them, this is her favorite tool. She calls it the roller thingy. That's apt. It describes it. It's a brayer, and I like to use it because it gives me a good firm roll without having to worry about tearing my paper or hurting my fingers. You can also use a bone folder if you wish, or you can just use really firm pressure with your fingers. And there we go, sticking it to my mat. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, the next step, you will need your water brush or your paintbrush with your little bowl of water. And you are going to just draw a line of water. Don't go right up to the edge of your washi. Try to stay in between. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It's fluffy washi, remember. If you want less fluff, put the tapes closer together. If you want more fluff, space them further apart. And there we go. Now the next step is to, while it's still wet, woo, that one's going to be really fluffy. While it's still wet, pull them apart. Now, since this is an edge piece, it requires a little more work because it doesn't have the firmness of the double stick tape on both sides. When we tear the others, it'll be easier. See, as we just tear these apart, how simple that is, because the paper helps to reinforce the hold that you have. I think I used the right words for that. If not, at least you can tell by watching what I'm doing. I may have waited a bit too long on that one, but that's not a problem. I can go back in with my my water brush, because I'm making washi. I have washi on the brain. And tear that apart. And then obviously, since that one was dry, this one will be dry. Like I said, not a problem. We'll just run that down there again. And tear. You can get so much washi out of this. And those times when you only need a little bit and you have a certain design that you want, but you don't want to have to go buy a whole roll of washi just to get it. Or if you're already using napkin applique in one of your projects, you can have coordinating washi to go with that. And look, 3 completely different looking washis just out of that one napkin from the edge. Now, when you go to apply it, this is where I use the tweezers. And I am going to choose the striped washi, so I'll set the others aside. This is another thing that I have that I'm working on. When you go to apply it, you will need to separate the backing. And this stores wonderfully. You can just cut off what you need. Oops. It does not tear, so you will have to use scissors when you get to where you want it to end. I'm just going to put this right on here. Stick it down and save that for later. And look, I love the fluffy edge on that. If you don't like it, like I said, you can simply water closer to it and you will get a much more subtle fluffy edge. I love the look that it gives. My challenge for Julie Julie, this is the washi tape that I created. I put it on the guest check and it's really strong. I'm using it to strengthen the bond here of this dyed fabric softener sheet that is covering this journaling spot. It's a little flip. You can do all kinds of things with it. I would love to see what you do. Please share in the comments. And remember, be kind always. Have a great day.